Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. Today is actually Saturday the 18th, if I'm correct. Look at my watch. Yesterday it was 50 degrees. I mowed my yard, mulched my leaves. It rained and sprinkled a little bit last night, but right now it's about 45 degrees, but we do have some wind, which is making it chilly. But not too bad for November. Pretty soon we're going to go and start up the stove. I had some squirrels out here, but they're gone right now. Show the wood pile real quick. We just tarped the top up to keep the rain and snow off the top. That way it can stay aired out, and then we just threw a tarp over there. The wind's getting to that, but this one's all tied down. This one's some paracord, but that way it can stay aired out. I'm sure you can probably hear it on the microphone how windy it is. But we'll go over here and get some wood. This is kind of what was left. Some of the old stuff I had that I got. I bought a load of it's like old elm. So there's another stump in there I can make. I'd show a different variety of what I had. I can make me another little stump right there like I did before. But gonna get an armload of wood here and we'll go in and start the stove. Okay, we're starting from scratch. The stove has been out. It has been going since yesterday sometimes, so no cold or nothing. This is my homemade machete I made. It's not heat treated right. It's just a plain old ordinary piece of steel, wherever how thick it is. I do have a video on it. I can't tell you how long ago I made it, but this is the new stump. It's a lot bigger than the old one. So we're going to get some of these. So I don't want this to be too long a video, but we're not thinking much to do this week, so I figured maybe I'll just start the stove. Here's the trouble one. See where there's a knot in there in this cedar? That was just pine. Same thing as a pine 2x4. Got to kind of work around these ones with the knot. This may end up getting burnt. You can see where it goes all the way through the little branch. So, okay. We'll stop doing that and we'll start getting some kindling and stuff up in the stove here. And we'll show you how we got that stacked in there. Okay, I don't know how good this will show up, but we have like a stick right here. We'll probably push that down once it gets burning. We have some newspaper in there, a lot of little kindling. Here's like some cedar wood. See how this piece is all shredded? This will catch on fire. And that's just whatever split. We don't want a lot of wood in here to start the stove with. We want to get coals as fast as we can. So we'll burn this. It'll burn like right up the chimney because we need a bed of coals for the day. Here's a piece of fat wood. We're going to lay this in here so you can see how hot that's going to get. Okay, once we get filming. And here's one of my fire wick starters, cotton mop string, and this is that wax that came out of probably like the cinnamon roll, whatever was in the little skillet. I have a video where I took the wax out of the skillet and actually seasoned the skillet and cooked in it, but we only have a few of these left. We're waiting until after Christmas and then you'll get some candles like 50% off. So we're gonna wait, like Dollar General type stores, wait till after Christmas sale. I don't know if I can get that fat wood to start so you can see it. It'll take a little bit for that paper to catch on fire underneath, but thought we'd just film the whole thing so we can show you. You know, sharp edges, you always look like when you put sharp edges, ragged edges are always going to catch on fire quicker than a flat surface or a curved surface. So I just wanted to show you how I usually start this. See, my battery's a little low, but we'll be stopping here and doing something else. We'll think of something to do at the desk here before we leave today. But pretty soon we'll have to back away with the camera and get the door shut, but we'll go as long as we can. don't know if the camera mic picks up, but my wind turbine out there really gets a howl to it. So you can really see how this, right there, the fat wood. And said, I haven't even started the newspaper on fire yet. It's down the bottom. That's giving me an extra flame. Give me something to play with here. Here's a piece of fat wood. You can see how potent that stuff is. Like I said, here's the newspaper. It hasn't even started yet. Sit down here and start the fire from the top to the bottom of it. Pretty soon the smoke will start coming out of the top of the doorway here. It'll start coming out here pretty soon. But I do like this stove, how the pipe is in the center. It's almost like a fireplace at times. When you light it up, it'll go straight up. So I'll just give you a video of the fire starting up. I've had a few videos of using my ferro rod, and today just the old Bic lighter. Nothing fancy. It's about 52 degrees in here, so it is chilly in here. I mean, not why I ain't freezing to death, but okay, it's time to shut the door, so we're about done with this part of the video. See if you can pick the sound of this up. Oh, the door cracked open a little bit when I... To stop that, I'll just pull the air down a little bit. So I kind of choked the air off a little bit. Kind of reminds you of fired up some old steam engine. But this door will wobble. It gets going such a good draft. I don't know if it's showing up. You can see the door wobbling. There it goes. You can hear it start rattling a little. And we got a pretty good inferno on there. Like I said, this stick will probably burn down itself, then it'll drop. Or I can push it in. I can always go like this. And once I got, like that, and drop that down. See what I mean there? So, but you don't really want it to do that. You want it to stop doing that. Like right now, I can shut the door all the way and pull that back a little bit. It's not going to be too long. It'll be getting warm in here, so stay tuned and we'll think of something else to do here on the rest of the video. Okay, we're going to work on our Kershaw. We've put it off and put it off. We're having trouble with the spring activated mechanism where it flies out. So you're going to get to see what it looks like when I take one of these apart. I did another cheap pocket knife before spring assist, but we'll go ahead and start taking this apart and we'll show you what it looks like when we get inside here. We got to take this off first. Then we're going to take this out for the blade. We'll take all our screws out. So let me pause here and get the camera out of my way and everything, and we'll go ahead and take that stuff apart, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we'll show this real quick. We had to put a slot in there with a Dremel, because this had a problem when I first got it. Was real loose. Of course, we just took this screw out. Okay, so we'll be right back when we get the other screws out of here and get this thing split in half. Okay, we thought we'd show what tool kit we're using. We have a video on this, our Tecton kit with all the star bits in it. Okay, this is all that's in here. When you take this apart, don't lose this pin right here. That's your stop thing. Don't lose that. Any of these parts. And remember what side the washers were. One might be bigger. When you take this handle off, okay, the scale off, see those screws? There's where the spring is. That's your spring-loaded mechanism. So next we'll take it apart, because all that's on this side is, put our pin up that's got our saw slot in there. Kind of weird how they built that knife, and that I don't know how they tightened it at the factory. Anyway, this is the part we're after to see what the spring looks like in there. So we're going to pause again. We'll take the screws out. We'll move this stuff out of our way. We're just going to move it up like that so it stays in order. It's almost like taking a gun apart. I've stripped down a few rifles in my time in little bitty parts. Stay tuned. We'll get right where you can see what the spring. Okay, hope it ain't too bright in here. Okay, we took them little silver screws out. Like I said, we got a little container over there, a little dish for putting stuff in. Excuse me. There's your spring. See all that scum in there? We're going to tighten it up a little bit, which means we're probably going to bend it like this way a little. And be careful, spring steel can break like on a spring. So we're going to bend it that way, but we're going to get all the scum out of there so I can get a little closer. Here's a little grease. There is some dirt and stuff in there too. So I'll snap a photo of this because you can see what this looks like. Remember, this came off like this. This would be your left side of the knife if the blade was down. If that matters to anybody. So we'll snap a little close-up photo of this, and then we'll be back after we put this on here. We're going to put the knife back together, be the same way how we took it apart. I hope I showed enough of how it comes apart, what few screws it takes to do, and we'll see if it snaps open a little better. It could have been just gummed up too a little bit in here, kind of catching on all that scum stuff in there, but stay tuned. Okay, I might have said make this short. We stretched it out. So we bent it from here right to there. This is everything's magnetic. So we went about right here where this bends and we stretched it out so it's more straighter, so it isn't bent in that way. I should have took a before and after picture, but no, we stretched it out. We figured that's the way that it puts the tension on it when you close it. Because when you close it, remember the blade's going to be swinging this way, coming down on it. So we don't want to make the spring shorter. We made it actually longer because there's plenty of room in here for this thing to work around inside of here. So we'll put it back together and we'll see what happens. It won't take me too long. This whole process probably 15 minutes or so if you're used to it. But stay tuned. So this ain't a real long video this weekend, but yeah, it gives us something to watch when it's cold out. Okay, the bits I used were number 7 and number 8, in case anybody's wondering on this particular knife. This is the Walmart Kershaw. I don't know if I bent it the right way, but it flies out a lot faster, and it feels a little bit, boy, I better be careful, it's a little bit stronger on the spring. This is the Walmart 1336. You get it at Christmas time. Got it last Christmas. I'll snap a picture of it. Said that's, I had to take a Dremel and put the slot in here. I was glad it did it on this side. They put it so the belt clip will cover it, so in case I got carried away with the cutter and hit the plastic. But I'm sure I'm right by stretching it. It has to bend it further now. You figure that's a U shape to a spring. Usually when you open it, makes it longer, but it makes it stronger. That's what it was on my other cheap one. Yeah, I got to get used to that. It is a little bit harder, not too bad, but it can get away from you though. See, you could slip like that. I'm just showing you the dangers. If I cut myself on film, oh well. There you go. So I do have a video on this. I'll snap a photo of it. You see what's all in it real quick. But thanks for watching this week. Didn't do a whole lot, but at least y'all stopped by, and I did make a video. So I try to do it for every Sunday. Have a video because I haven't put a lot of videos out here lately. Just things have been hectic. All kinds of stuff been going. Nothing real bad, just been so busy with all kinds of things going on. And the weather slowed me down getting my yard work done and everything. So no excuses though. But it's getting hot in here. I need to tend to that stove before it runs me out of here and I'll have the door open. So we'll see you next week.